Hi, I'm Ashton Mattingly. I was so alone, but this is how God changed my perspective. So basically, I grew up in a home where my parents were divorced, and I lived with my dad in Indiana, and my mom had moved to Missouri. So I would visit her on holidays and everything, but I would go, and our relationship was never good. There was a lot of hurt there, and I was always left feeling inadequate and not loved, pretty worthless, and not really wanted. So I would leave feeling very, very, very alone. And, in high school, I struggled a lot with depression and anxiety and just issues with my self-worth. I just never really felt good enough. I had friends, but not many, and I wasn't really good at keeping relationships because I didn't really know what a relationship was supposed to look like because I didn't even have that within my own home. I basically came into college in a very bad, unhealthy relationship with a guy, and our relationship was not centered around God the way that it should have been. He was present within our lives, but he was definitely not where he should have been. Definitely came second. It was just not good and caused a lot of issues within our relationship. And, I would look for fulfillment in this guy, and I was never satisfied. I was never happy. I was pretty miserable, and it was just not a good relationship at all. And eventually, it did come to an end, and it was a shock to me and just a really big eye-opener to me. And I was pretty broken after that. I wanted to feel disconnect from this guy, and I didn't really know how to. I didn't really think I would ever recover. I had to leave the community that I was in because I had to distance myself from him because there was a lot of other things that were going on, and I just didn't really know how to handle it anymore. I turned to God, and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed for deliverance from this, and I didn't really know. I was kind of like, God, I have nowhere else to turn. I have no one else. I literally have no one else. And I did give up a lot because of that relationship. I gave up like some relationships that I had with some other people and just some other things, and it was just not a very good situation. But God has really, really blessed me. He has introduced me to Crew, and I came, and I have honestly never felt so loved and accepted and welcomed by anyone in my entire life. And it's just been so amazing to just see God and all these wonderful, amazing people, just each and every person. I've just felt so welcomed here, and it's just an amazing feeling. And ever since this situation, I've just really, really found who I am in Christ, and just have found complete fulfillment in Him and who I am, and I've learned to love myself and love others in ways that I didn't think were possible. And God has really just shown me that His plan is just greater than any plan that I could ever imagine. And the verse that I've really held on to through this whole thing is Romans 8:18, where it says, the pain that you've been feeling can't compare to the joy that's coming. And it's just so true for me, because it's like I have struggled a lot. I have not had the easiest life, but there's going to be joy. There's going to be so much that's just good, and I've just really held on to that hope that things are going to be so much better, and things are getting better, and I can just see that light at the end of the tunnel. It's just so close, and I've really held on to that hope. And God has just really delivered me from so much, and broken many chains I didn't really think were ever going to be broken. I do feel fulfilled now and just satisfied and so full of love, joy, and just so much peace. And His unfailing, unconditional love for me, and just the fact that He's introduced me to so many amazing people and just given me so many amazing friends I just know love me so much, that would just do anything for me. And just the fact that He's honestly never, ever left my side. I can just feel His presence all the time. That has just completely changed my perspective, and now I know that I'm not alone.